The Center for Economic Research and Reforms, with the support of the United Nations Development Programme in Uzbekistan, has conducted a survey of enterprises on the impact of the pandemic and the government's preventive measures to analyse the assessment of needs of enterprises in further external support. The survey involved 887 business managers from 14 Uzbek regions, aged 18 to 79. The analysis showed that majority of organisations did not stop their business operations amid the COVID-19 pandemic and quarantine measures. Employees mainly continued their work. Layoffs were rarely practiced.
According to Malika Jumaniyozova, a leading researcher of the Center for Economic Research and Reforms, agriculture, forestry and fisheries have been the least affected industries. In addition, the pandemic did not negatively affect the demand for agricultural products. Among indicated problems, there were only moderate difficulties in accessing sales markets.
Among the sectors of the economy, as analysis showed, the most affected was the sector of hotel management and food services. In matters of personal management, this area is characterized by massive suspension of activity, inability to transfer work to a remote format, and reduction of salaries and sending to unpaid vacation.
The survey showed that 78% of respondents indicated that their organization continued to conduct business operations in the context of introduced preventive measures related to the pandemic, said Arafat Karimova, a leading researcher.
The highest proportion of entrepreneurs that stopped their business in context of the preventive measures introduced during pandemic were Tashkent and Republic of Karakalpakstan, each showing 31% of total sample. In terms of sector, the share of entrepreneurs who continued their operation in epidemic condition is from 65% and above in all sectors. The only exception is housing and food services, where the share is only 30%. To the question about the change in level of demand for goods and services over the past 30 days, 35% of respondents indicated that the level of demand remained unchanged, while 24% reported actual decrease in demand. The highest rates of decline in demand were observed in Tashkent, 41%, Namangan, 38%, and in the Republic of Karakalpakstan, 35%.
In the direction of reducing business expenses after the introduction of COVID-19 related measures, 67% of enterprises replied that there were no changes. Only 1% of respondents ceased operations and applied for subsidies from government. 64% of small and medium-sized businesses have not changed their business development plans since the beginning of the pandemic. Only 5 or 6% of enterprises started the development of new forms of doing business and accelerated the development of new types of goods and services.
Results of the assessment of government measures show that the group of effective measures include decline in interest rates on short-term loans, reduction of rents for state assets for a required period, decrease in social deductions and taxes on labor income, as well as VAT and excise tax reductions. And this list is also can be complemented by the subsidies and grants to support businesses. On the other hand, credit payments and tax holidays in the transportation and storage sectors are considered to be less effective according to the opinion of enterprise. And when asked about the measures that are most needed to support these companies, most frequently noted measure, mainly 42%, was tax deductions and interest rate declines on loans, 38%. And only about 6.5% of entrepreneurs states that their companies do not need any type of support.
Respondents showed a very high level of confidence in the further development of their enterprises.